Hey, what's going on, everyone? I am back for another Slim Sports interview. As always, I'm your host, Jay Slim. And joining me today is a 6'8" forward from the Marshall Thundering Herd entering his final year of college eligibility. And he is a walking double-double. I'm talking about Nate Martin. How's it going, Nate?
Listed as 6'8", 235. Kerfman get out of the way. A little two-man game there in a pick and roll, and Martin goes in and rocks the rim. It's a tough place to be right there. Here's the little pick and roll. And
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, man. Doing great. Loved what you did this past season. Took a look at your numbers, took a look at your highlights, and man, you did a little bit of everything for the Thundering Herd this past season. And it was your first year with Marshall, repping those really cool green uniforms that I like, by the way. Love the lettering, all that stuff. But your first 3 years, you were still in the Sun Belt, but with Texas State. So staying in the conference, but obviously repping a different team. Talk me real quick about this past season. What was the biggest difference with Marshall playing for the Thundering Herd compared to your first 3 years with Texas State?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me this past year was just the fit of the system offensively, defensively. When I entered the portal, that's kind of what I was looking for. I didn't want to stay in the conference at first, but I got to talking with Coach Jackson, who's the head coach now, and came on a visit out here and loved what they had, and I think it worked really well with them.
Yeah, and obviously you did really good. And best part about being in that same conference, you got to go against your former team. Ended up getting the dub against Texas State, 79-75. You yourself, I talked about it before, walking double-double, 14 points, 12 rebounds against them. So what was that like for you to be able to go against your former team, old coaches, teammates, stuff like that, and be able to come out on top with the win?
Yeah, it was weird at first, like warming up out there, get pulling up to the gym. I was very nervous, just being back there for the first time, but it was a lot of fun though. Cause I mean, I'm still good friends with a couple of guys on that team over there. Saw my family was there, some good friends from home, so it was a fun atmosphere. And to get the win, definitely that felt very good too.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, man. Putting up the numbers that you did, that was awesome. And Texas State knew what you could do. You improved every year while you were there. I mean, starting
Mhm.
off your freshman year, you averaged only 8 minutes a game, put up some numbers here and there, and then moved into that starting role as a sophomore. And then going into your junior year with the Bobcats, 8 points, 5 rebounds. And then this past season at Marshall, 11 points, 10 rebounds, shot 57.4% from the field. You know how to improve your game every single year. How have you been able to do that so consistently to where you keep taking those steps up, so to speak?
Yeah, I think it's just kind of so after every year, I kind of go back, review the year, see what I did well, what I struggled with, and kind of trying to work extra on the stuff I struggled with while still keeping the stuff I succeeded at. Just putting a lot of work in the gym and the hours, and I think with each year, I've kind of grown my confidence. I've seen what it takes to win at the Sun Belt level. I've been in the conference for 4 years now, going on five. So I think just the confidence of having the experience and knowing how to play.
Yeah, and your rebounding ability, that's what you really took a huge step up with this past
Mhm.
season. You were a good rebounder your final year at Texas State. Like I said, 5 rebounds per game there, but going to 10 rebounds per game. I mean, you doubled your work on the boards during your first year at Marshall. What was it this past season with the Thundering Herd to where you were just dominating on the boards night after night?
The biggest thing for me was just bringing effort. I try to be kind of fit in this year as like that energy guy, the guy that'll give a spark that you don't have to worry about not playing hard, not giving effort. So that's kind of the role I tried to bring, and with that came the rebounds. So.
Oh yeah, definitely had that hardworking mentality. 16 double doubles on the season. I want to talk about a few of your key games this past year. James Madison, who was nationally ranked at one point, real tough team. You went against them, 12 points, 16 rebounds against them. Took on Southern Miss, who just came off a historic season the year before, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists there. And then I mentioned how you're a double double machine. You had a triple double against Old Dominion, 15 points, 12 rebounds, and 10 assists. So not only are you able to score, grab these boards, but you're also able to find your teammates open, do a little bit of everything. As that guy who's
Mhm.
obviously on the court doing all of these fantastic things, talk to me real quick about what you feel like your playing style is and how that's been able to help blend into Marshall's system.
Yeah, so my playing style, I'd say, is just get to the rim, finish, get to the rim, rebound, and just creating for others. Like you said, the assists. I have guys on the team that can shoot the ball, so I just try to find them, and they trusted me a lot last year with the ball in my hands, just at the top of the key, because I play the five. I'm a pretty undersized five, so caught the ball at the top of the key a lot. Just kind of ran the offense through that. Trying to be like a point forward is what they kind of try to get me to play as this year. So
Oh, hey, you did a very good job at it. That is for sure. Like I said, that
thank
triple
you.
double against Old Dominion. I mean, that speaks in and of itself. You don't see a whole lot of players getting those triple doubles. So the fact that you're able to do that was awesome. And after putting up those great numbers, a lot of players in your situation, I know you just got done in the portal going to Marshall from Texas State.
Mhm,
A lot of people would have probably entered the portal again, try to go high major for their final year of
mhm.
eligibility. You decided to stay put, remain with the Thundering Herd for your final year of eligibility. Talk to me real quick about what went into that decision.
Yeah, I mean, loyalty's always been one of my biggest. Just I'm very big on being loyal. Transferring from Texas State was hard for me, but I felt like it's what I needed to do, just mentally, physically, to kind of just move on from that. But the staff, I love the staff here. Coach Jackson, he's the one that got the new head coach job. He was on me since day one when I entered the portal after Texas State. So I love him, trust him a lot. He's a great dude. The rest of the staff is awesome too, and I mean the teammates. I love the guys here, and then. I feel like it's just a great situation, and I didn't want to mess with something that I think is great already. So
Yeah, you guys have a good group of returners coming back and players coming in. Last season, coached by Dan D'Antoni, you guys ended up going 13 and 20 overall, 7 and 11 in Sun Belt action. Under D'Antoni with Marshall, he'll have a 20-win season and then, kind of a rough year. And this was one of those rough years. But now he's obviously out of that head coaching spot, like you just said, Coach Jackson taking over that head coaching role. Talk to me real quick about what you feel like Coach Jackson will bring as the head coach, because obviously I'm sure he'll have some similar systems and processes like D'Antoni did, but I'm sure he's going to implement some of his own stuff as well.
yeah, yeah. I mean, he's been under Dan for the past 8 years now. So he does a lot of the same stuff. There'll be some minor tweaks in there, like you said, but the biggest thing I've noticed so far is Corny just is the energy he brings. He's high energy guy, very, very uplifting, but he'll get on us, like he's not afraid to yell at us, but he's also the first one to pick us up whenever we make a mistake. So I mean, he's just the energy he's brought so far is just great.
Yeah, you guys are going to need that energy in what's a very tough Sun Belt conference. I mean, this past year, James Madison, like I said, was nationally ranked. You guys had App State, who had 20 plus wins. Quite a few other teams in the conference had 20 plus wins. I mean, it's no joke. It may be a mid-major conference, but as you well know, you're going against tough teams, NBA level players every single night. What is it going to take for the Thundering Herd to win the Sun Belt this year and make it into the March Madness tournament?
I think just to tap into another level of just the effort and intensity of it. Because I mean, like hidden shots, defensive, like obviously we have to do all that, but it's the effort, intensity, and just like physicality. It's a very physical conference. Like you said, Thursday, Saturday, it's a battle, war every game, no matter who it is. So I think it's just tapping into that next level and bringing it every game. Because I mean, if you take one game off, you lose the game, you're a couple games back. It's a very tight race. So it's bringing it night in and night out is going to be key for us this year.
Absolutely. And going into your second year with Marshall, obviously last year was your first year there, still as a veteran guy, but I'm sure not really looked to that much as, that primary leader because it was your
Mhm.
first year with the program in their system. Now going into your second year as a graduate student, you're going to end up taking on that role pretty much no matter what. How are
Mhm.
you looking to embrace that role both on and off the court?
Yeah, it's definitely been one of the main things that I've been focused on this off season. Just talking with Corny, talking with some of the other guys, just trying to be a lot more vocal than I have because, like you said, last year I was an older guy, but it was still my first year with the team. A lot of new guys this year, so just kind of trying to take them aside, put them under my wing, and just kind of lead them while also, fighting for that championship. Let them know what it takes to get to that level.
Yeah, and we talked about it before how you constantly find ways to improve. This past year, obviously, your rebounding really took a step up. What should Marshall fans expect from Nate Martin to improve on this upcoming season? What else you got in your bag there?
Yeah, I think a lot of the same as last year, and then just improving just some more touch around the rim, my outside game. Been working a lot on ball handling, just mid-range jump shots, couple threes here and there. So that's trying to get to that level before the season starts.
Definitely can't wait to see what you got in your bag this upcoming season, leading Marshall hopefully to an NCAA tournament. And I told you before we started recording, you got snubbed this past year on the all conference teams in the Sun Belt. I have a feeling we're going to be seeing Nate Martin's name on the all conference teams this upcoming season, man. So best of luck to you and the Thunder and Herd this upcoming year. Going to be supporting y'all all the way. And thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.